so you decided you're going to do this J6 Road Home project with your husband, correct?
Yes.
Uh, Actually, what are you guys like planning to do? What's your aim there? What do you want to discuss about that?
So I'm very excited about it. This is something, the concept is something I've been working on for about 2.5 years since I got off of federal probation. I was very involved and still am in all the different J6 organizations, and realized pretty early on that they were all focused on what do we do with the J6ers today? How do we get money on their commissary while they're in prison so that they can get basic things like shoes and toiletries and protein, things that the Bureau of Prisons doesn't have to provide. How can we write them letters in prison? How can we take care of their wife and kids and make sure that their house isn't foreclosed on, or that the kids have back to school clothes, different things like that. And nobody was working on what do we do with these men and women long term when they get out of prison. And so I believe that's the mission that God gave me, and been working on that for 2.5 years. And then my husband and I moved down here to the Texas Hill Country about 1.5 years ago, and have 11 beautiful acres and plenty of room to build and grow and everything. And so what we've been able to put together with a whole lot of other people is a comprehensive reintegration program for the January 6th defendants to help them build a new life after prison. So we're building 5 tiny homes. We have 2 stood up right now, and are starting to do electrical work on the inside of those. We have doctors and counselors and pastoral care across the country. We've got jobs lined up. I'll be cooking everybody dinner. So that's going to be great. We actually just got our first J6er here today from, he was in Florida, originally from New Jersey, but was in Florida. And I just picked him up at the airport, and bless his heart, he doesn't have anything, and he's completely overwhelmed. And so I told him to just, take it easy and just see if you can unwind some and take a nap or whatever it is, because it's a whole lot to take in all at once. But we have about 3 other guys that are coming our way here in the next week or so. And we're so excited to be able to help people build a new life. A lot of these guys have lost everything. If they had a small business, they lost that pretty early on. A lot of them lost their homes. A lot of them received Dear John letters in prison and wound up being divorced and their children taken from them. And, have just especially had their name just completely slandered in not just national media, but also in local media, and don't really have anything to go home to. And so we're hoping that all of those guys are going to come out here at some point.
Right on. How many people would you like to see one day there?
So we're building 5 tiny homes, and they're all just little 1-bedroom, 1-bath houses, so everybody has their own space. A lot of these guys have had to share a prison cell for 4 years, so I think it's important for everybody to have their own house.
Yeah.
And then we've had several people in the community that have volunteered RVs or, rental homes, different things like that. And so we'll just kind of see how God figures it out, because of course we're not going to get 1,600 J6ers down here. A lot of them do have homes to go back to, but the ones that don't, we will find a way to house them. I can tell you that much.
Right on. When you pick that, if it's not too personal to ask it, when you pick that guy up today, do you think he was more excited or almost more sad that he had to face the reality of what am I coming back to?
He's very excited, very emotional. We pulled into my driveway and he said, "Is this my new home?" And started crying. Of course, I've been crying all day. And, one of the things that I think is kind of miraculous about all of this January 6th mess is most people go to school for something or get a job in whatever field and wind up doing that for forever. Very few people ever have an opportunity to build a whole new life or to do something different than what they've always done. And yeah, that's super overwhelming, but it's also exciting at the same time, that these guys get to do that. Not necessarily by choice because they lost everything, as a result of the insanity around January 6th. But either way, they get to build a new life. And so everybody that's coming down to us is real excited about that. And of course, it's very emotionally overwhelming too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are in search of a fresh start, but these guys hopefully will get that.
Absolutely. We all got a full and complete presidential pardon
Yeah,
on Monday, which hasn't sunk in for any of us, at all. I've been on the phone, I'd say 15 hours a day since Monday for sure, with helping coordinate. There's people all over. I just got a phone call before I came on your show of a man in Florida that is literally homeless. He was released from prison after he got the presidential pardon, and he doesn't have anywhere to go. He still has the, prison sweats that they give you, and doesn't really have anywhere to go. And so as soon as I get off the show with you, I'm going to be working on finding somewhere for that guy.
right on. So you're not just trying to get people there; you're trying to get people where or help out wherever you can.
Absolutely. So one of the really cool things that's happened since we launched our website, the J6roadhome.com, is that I've had people across the country reach out and say, hey, I've got a roofing company in Pennsylvania, or I've got a water treatment facility in Georgia, and I'm happy to hire these guys. All different kinds of jobs from all over the place. And then also a lot of people that have offered different types of housing, like if they have a little rental house, or, a kind of a house at the back of their property, something like that, that is available, that are willing to step up and to help a stranger in need. And I think that's what we're all supposed to do,